guys, it's your boy, Barca Boy 103. We have some breaking news. It is Barcelona's first official signing, apart from Pau Victor, of the summer. Dani Olmo, here we go. Of course, we expected it in the next 48 hours, and it has now arrived. Of course, next 48 hours since on Monday when we knew that Deco was traveling to Germany. Today, Fabrizio Romano has come out saying that the total deal is 55 million euros guaranteed plus 7 million euros in add-ons. So in total, 62 million euros as a package for Dani Olmo. Of course, 2 million over his release clause that is currently active, with again Barcelona getting better payment terms for the fixed fee of 55. 7 add-ons, main part difficult to reach. So again, mainly you could say RB Leipzig are basically guaranteed 55 million. They might get some extra stuff if Barcelona, of course, are successful. Now, the big question: do we need Dani Olmo? Is it worth it? Again, like I said on the channel a lot, in terms of the player, the quality of the player, I think the price is fair at 55 million euros plus 7 in variables, around, of course, 62 in total. I have no problem with that. I think it's a very fair price. I don't think we overpaid. I don't think we got him on, a great bargain and deal. I think it's a fair price for both parties, Barcelona and RB Leipzig. The issue is, of course, we don't need Dani Olmo. We have a lot of players in his position. We need a left winger and we need a DM, and we've gone out and spent 60 million on a luxury signing, which of course makes no sense. I've seen a lot of people say that, oh, we spent 60 million on him, but other top clubs are not even interested. Again, like I mentioned on the channel 3 weeks ago, the reason why a lot of other clubs are not interested is because they're kind of smart. They're moving better than Barcelona. They already have players in that position, and they don't need to go get more. You look at Man City, they have, Phil Foden, Bernardo Silva, Jack Grealish. Madrid, let's not even discuss them. You have Arsenal, who have Odegaard and Kai Havertz, who can play there. I can go on and on. The only club that's a top 10 club that could have used Dani Olmo is Bayern Munich, but they're already twerking for Desiree Doué and also Xavi Simons. They've already lost out on Xavi Simons. Now they're really going in on Desiree Doué. They see Dani Olmo as a third choice option. So again, all these things accumulating leads to, the question of what if. This is really going to come down to how he performs, how Barcelona utilize him, how Flick will use him. This is going to be really one that comes in hindsight. What happens is this summer, we don't need him, of course. Next summer, we sell a couple players, and all of a sudden he becomes a starter in the attacking midfield role. Then all of a sudden things change, right? This could be maybe looking way more long term. Maybe the club are developing something else for the future of the squad. This is going to be a signing where we're going to have to kind of wait and see how it turns out. I'm very worried that Dani Olmo will most likely be playing on the left wing going into the season, which for me is scary hours, man. Scary hours, because again, we don't need a winger like Dani Olmo. We already have so many of those in our squad already. I think we most likely will see probably Rafinha rock up at left wing now at this point, with, of course, us probably not getting Nico Williams. With this deal going through, by the way, Nico Williams is basically done. We've already seen him train, of course, with Bilbao today. We're just now waiting for the final confirmation for that to go through, like him officially saying no to Barcelona, which he hasn't done yet, and officially say yes to Bilbao, which he hasn't done yet either. So we're just waiting for that final confirmation with Nico Williams. But this, of course, probably means that he's not going to be coming whatsoever. Look, I back Dani Olmo. I love the player. I think he's a fantastic player. He's, of course, from the academy. You can't go wrong there. It is Barcelona's first signing, so you could get a little bit of hype. Again, the club wanted to do it during the American tour. They've now done so. Of course, the final game is tonight against AC Milan. Probably get the presentation going at the end of this week before the João Gamper, which I believe is on Monday, funnily enough. It is. So we probably will see Dani Olmo at the Olympic Stadium. Whether he's going to be holding the João Gamper trophy as, the pre-ritual signing celebration remains to be seen. But it's a done deal for Dani Olmo, and now we'll have to wait and see how things do turn out. Again, for the price, I'm not too bothered about it. I think it's fair. It just really comes down to whether or not we need this player or not. And, the thought of Dani Olmo rocking up at the left wing this summer for the start of the season is quite scary. Of course, people are going to say, oh, Pedri's always injured. This man's injury record is shocking as well. He did the same thing as Pedri did in 2021. He played both the Olympics and the Euros, and he's been effed ever since. And if his man is not going to be fit for this season, I would say for at least 80 to 90% of it, it ain't looking good for Deco. He's already getting slack. Again, I think with Deco, he's negotiated this deal quite well, bringing it down from the initial release clause, paying a bit more for better installments. I have no real issue with Deco's part of this deal, which of course is negotiating the price and the payment terms, stuff like that. I think the issue I have with Deco is him picking a player like Dani Olmo, and also Hansi Flick approving that as well. Why they think he's necessary, why I think that he's needed. Is it just someone that, make his agent happy? Is it just, luxury signing where, he's Spanish, he's from the academy, had a great Euros, let's just hype on the vibes as well? I don't know. A lot of if, buts, and maybes in this scenario, but I'm happy. I like Dani Olmo. I think he's a great player, but really comes down now to what is the plan. I mean, if we go out and sign another left winger, we sign a pivot, we sign a right back, we sign the Joaos, everyone's rosy and happy, and we can move on with life. But with this signing, I think again for the rest of the summer, I can see the Joaos, and that's it. If we sign anyone else this summer, of course, post Dani Olmo, apart from either of the Joaos, one of them, both of them, I'll be beyond shocked. I think the club now is just going to be signing Dani Olmo. Here's our signing for the summer. We've done one. We spent some alright money. He's a good player. Let's now chill until next summer. Of course, next summer will be elections for João Laporta. He's going to absolutely ball out in terms of signing. That's what I personally think is going to happen. But again, I was looking on Twitter, of course, before this deal. Oh yeah, by the way, Fabrizio Romano tweeted like, "Oh, deal close." I'm like, "Oh, we're definitely getting it. Here we go in like 5-10 minutes," and he actually did it. So I'm not too surprised by it. But again, the reaction is mainly, we don't need Dani Olmo. Again, I don't think anyone's really. My club is making out the life. No one's upset about the player and the quality of Dani Olmo. It is quite clear that everyone, in terms of, the Culé fan base, they just don't think he's a necessary signing. Like I mentioned back in the end of May, I said it as soon as we were linked with him. He is a luxury signing. He's a player that you bring in to an already completed squad, an already successful squad that at least won the Spanish treble or the double or the good double, the league and Copa del Rey, not league and Spanish Super Cup. You add him on top of that for competition cover, stuff like that, sure. But we are still at a point where we have 2 or 3 big holes left in this team to really make us a strong, competitive team on every single front. And we've got inside a play that we already have, 5 people in that position. It just doesn't make sense. I guess only for Mr. Romano saying that the deal's done, but again, I think the floodgates will start coming in on the deal being completed. It is exclusive as well from Romano, so I mean, congrats to him for getting it spot on, even though Gigantes were all over this deal in terms of videos coming out, the negotiations, stuff like that. But overall, first signing is done, and we'll have to see how things turn out. Of course, in the comments down below, let me know your thoughts on the signing in terms of the package as well. Let me know your thoughts on the price, the quality of the player, and also, of course, whether or not we need Dani Olmo. Again, my final take, good player, price is fair, but just a player that we don't need. And it's going to come down to how his time will be at Barcelona to determine overall if this is a success or not. Again, leave your thoughts down in the comments down below. Drop a like for Barcelona's first signing of the summer, and hopefully not the last. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.